In celebration of International Workers' Day, I've made a list of my top 10 favorite communist waifus. These girls all support workers uniting and freeing themselves from the shackles of oppression. Please do share your favorite leftist waifus in the comments, as the spirit of this May Day is about coming together. So, without further ado, let's have these girls be our light. Number 10. Chika Fujiwara.
いえ、誰もが立ち向かわなきゃならない強大な敵はいます。誰ですか？それはこの社会です。社会。終わらない戦争、なくならない貧富の差。ちょっと、これほど強大な敵いませんよ。わかりました。早速二人で準備してきます。頑張って。ね、待って。
Just like she raised that boy to be a great revolutionary, Chika Fujiwara is an insanely kind character, always looking out for her classmates' best interests by making them class conscious. She may only seem like a bubbly airhead, but this adorable girl understands the class struggle we all face in this society. Without a doubt in my mind, her student council experience will allow her to grow into a great activist one day. Number 9. Doki Doki Literature Club. I figured singling out one girl from this visual novel to be the representative waifu would be exploiting their labor in a sense. So I've decided to symbolically give each one of them this spotlight: Natsuki, Monika, Yuri, and Sayori. A lot has been said about the themes of Doki Doki Literature Club. See Joyce-stick's video, Lovecraft, Empathy, and Doki Doki Literature Club's Lonely Heart. But to put it simply, this visual novel, which is itself a meta-commentary of the nature of this genre of dating sims, says quite a bit about alienation. It's no wonder Benjamin Polium decided it was a great idea to make some original music about the Doki Doki Communist Club. I absolutely love that music, and for your convenience I made a playlist of them. Number 8. Emilia. As a character raised in an isekai world with a well-established monarchy, Emilia stands ahead of our time as the only progressive candidate for king. She is selfless and open-minded, with the ability to grow as a leader and fundamentally change the system. Her idealist ambition is for all to be equal, and that is something I believe the people could rally behind. The only other candidates in the election are all kind of a joke in comparison. The greedy Anastasia camp just wanting money, Priscilla literally wanting everyone to grovel at her feet. Krush would certainly be a competent leader, but she more or less would maintain the status quo. And while I respect Felt's desire to destroy the kingdom, she doesn't even have a plan. Number 7. Anji. Princess Principal is set in a steampunk London, where a wall divides the kingdom of Avalon from the Commonwealth, who rose up in revolt against the corrupt monarchy. Anji is a crucial player for the Commonwealth, operating as a spy incredibly close to the princess. While it disappointed me this show at the end sides against an immediate change of power through violent revolution in favor of working towards a solution through more liberal manners, I at least enjoyed watching Anji stand up for her friend in the princess, and both of them do at least have greater ambitions. My favorite episode has to be number 7, where in the process of catching a serial killer among the soldiers, the main cast decide to take over a laundry mill, making it worker-owned and improving the conditions for all the workers to make their search more effective. Number 6. Emma. I've already made a video on the revolutionary nature of Promised Neverland, but suffice it to say, Emma is a badass character. In a dystopia where children without their knowledge are raised as products meant to be eaten by rich demons, Emma, after discovering this cruel reality, has the courage and strength along with her comrades to rise up, organize, and plan for escaping. She's a bold idealist, dead set on saving absolutely everyone, and I believe that to boldly empower the viewer to likewise aspire to free the shackles from themselves and all those oppressed. Number 5. Nana. I haven't actually seen Girls in Panzers, but the song Katyusha, the Bravada Girls High School sing, is superb quality and worthy of this list alone. I appreciate how Nanak seems to be a calm and collected character, which contrasts very nicely to her more eccentric captain, Katyusha. While the captain is a very arrogant personality, sending people who make fun of her height to the gulags, Nanak calmly de-escalates the punishment by giving them extra homework instead. Also, by the way, it was on April 30th, 1945 that the Soviet Union raised their flag over Berlin, resulting in Hitler promptly killing himself. I'm happy to see the Bravada team as the defending champs, repping that legacy of defeating the Nazis. Number 4. Earth-chan. You mean that cute internet meme? No. I know Concrete Revolution is a show none of you have seen, and honestly that is a problem that needs to be fixed immediately. Earth-chan is a superhero character who naively believes at the beginning simple truths like violence being bad. At one point, she breaks a few factories polluting the earth, but this action doesn't really consider the workers, or the fact that such an act doesn't solve the issue at all. Later in the show, however, she becomes much more politically aware, and begins to more readily step into a role, not necessarily as the one who can bring about justice, but as a true symbol for justice to inspire others. Her arc is like the difference between believing getting rid of straws will save the environment, compared to completely changing the energy system by means of socialism. This is all to say, bring Astro Boy back. We need a guiding star like Earth-chan today, and not the rip-off meme one with the same name who is still stuck in that incredibly naive phase. Actually, I suggest we take that one back first. Number 3, Colin.
すまなかった。
何言ってんだ。やっていいことと悪いことがあるだろう。いい人気取って簡単におしまい。収まらないんだよ。光月彼を安く見るな。抵抗しないところがほんと腹立つ。
Colin is one of the fiercest anti-imperialists in anime. As the ace pilot in the Black Knights, she fought with a strong sense of justice against Britannia's rule over Japan. Remarkably, this is a completely noble act, as being both Britannian and Japanese, she easily could have lived a peaceful life. Instead, she's decided to place more value on her Japanese name, Kozaki. It made her purpose fighting for the Japanese people's liberation. Among Kogiasa's cast, I truly believe Colin to be the most selfless and resolved character, as she was willing to lay down her life many times for her convictions. Number 2, Ryoga. I have been told before that Ryoga has no political opinions, and while that may be true, she still is an incredibly political figure. Being a sukeban, or rather a delinquent girl, she stands opposed to the status quo. Early on, she is determined to tear down Satsuki's kingdom, which from the very first scene of the show is compared to Nazi Germany. Satsuki established such a rigid hierarchy for the purpose of rebelling against her mother, but as stated by herself later on, she almost failed by becoming exactly like her mother to begin with. It was Ryoga that became the catalyst that allowed for everyone to join hands to fight against Ragyo and the Life Fighters, which seem to me to metaphorically stand for the exploitive system of capitalism. Like most of Trigger's main heroines, she simply follows her heart, but I truly believe that to be a socialist heart in nature. Number 1, Akko.
我々は給料としてエネルギーの使用率アップを要求する。
Akko is likely the most prominent face for the anime left, and for good reason. In episode 14, after not receiving a fair share of the energy, the ferry workers had enough, going on strike and consequently leading to the witches not being able to use magic. Upon confronting them with the intent of ending the strike, Akko was instead moved by their struggle and proceeded to change her perspective and stand in solidarity with them. I'm certain Akko will likewise be moved on such a day as International Workers' Day, and I definitely believe she stands for workers' rights across the board and unionization as well. I hope you enjoyed this list, and I do recommend these shows if they sound interesting. In the description, I'll throw in a straw poll if you'd like to vote on who is your favorite from this list. And again, if you think someone was missing, please comment them. For those of us who are leftists within the anime community, rallying behind these characters can grow our movement. I've seen some disgusting images like Saber Alter from Fate waving a swastika flag, and it's important to fight back against that trash. Seize the memes of production, as they say. I'll probably make a list in the future featuring husbandos too, so I hope you stick around and subscribe. Happy May Day, comrades!